Hi everyone, my name is Tom Chapman.
And I'm Brian Margrave. We are both band teachers in the Colorado Springs area. Today we want to share with you this video on how to practice.
This video is primarily for parents of student musicians, especially those without a background in music, to help them identify effective and ineffective practice habits. More advanced students will also find this useful as a review of effective practice techniques.
First, practicing should always be done with a metronome, either like this one, or a quality app such as this one called Metronomics.
Practicing has a certain look and feel, as Brian will demonstrate. Here Brian will demonstrate a great posture. Notice that he is sitting tall on the edge of his chair, both feet flat on the floor, using a music stand and tapping his foot to a beat. These basic habits are integral to musical success.
Next, we need to talk about how to structure a practice session. The first step is to have a purpose for practicing. Practicing has little effect if it is chaotic and unplanned. We call this goal setting. You need to make goals that are realistic and can be obtained. Often, when not using goals to guide your practice, practicing can sound haphazard, such as this.
That's practiced. For example, a great goal would be to play Mary Had a Little Lamb with no wrong notes. Make sure your goals are specific like this. A less useful goal would be to play Mary Had a Little Lamb well. That is too broad. You should go for a number of goals throughout a 30-minute practice session.
Now that we know what we will practice, we need to make sure that where we practice helps us focus. You should have a quiet place where you can't be bothered. This is also a good time to turn off phones, computers, and TVs to remove any extra distractions.
You should also make sure you are physically ready to practice. Make sure you are not hungry, thirsty, or tired. If you eat a snack, make sure you brush your teeth so that you don't blow any of your food into your instrument.
After you have set goals and have found a great place to practice, you need to establish some strategies for accomplishing your goals. The goal of strategies is to give musicians a way to quickly fix mistakes. These 5 effective strategies are based on what professionals do when they practice. Our first strategy is serial, where every time you make a mistake, you stop, fix it, then go back to the beginning and try again.
Next, we will go over segmented practice. In segmented practice, we break a larger piece up into sections, either phrases, measures, or other small parts. We isolate these sections, make them work, and then go back and put them together.
An effective practice strategy for fast pieces, or ones where the fingers aren't sure where to go next, is additive practice, where you play a section over and over again, making it longer by 1 note each time. We should note that you do not add notes to your section until you can play it perfectly.
Holistic practice is a great technique for shorter pieces. In holistic practice, a musician plays an entire piece, then goes back, fixes the mistakes they heard, and then tries it again.
last strategy for achieving goals is mental practice. We should note that mental practice does not replace physical practice for a day. You can use mental practice by labeling parts of the music or playing parts in your head, focusing on one aspect at a time, like correct notes or articulation. Mental practice includes clapping and saying rhythms, or singing and fingering parts.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, rest. E, D, C, D, E, 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 D, 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 E, G, G. Now that we have set goals and used strategies to achieve those goals, we need to assess if we met them. We do this by recording ourselves, which can be done with a smartphone, having someone listen to us, especially if they are better than we are, or keeping a practice journal.
If you assess yourself and find that you met all of your goals perfectly, one of two things is probably happening. First, you may think that you are meeting your goals, but you aren't. Or second, your goals may be too easy. Setting hard enough goals is important, and we must be honest with ourselves if we are going to improve.
If you follow this guide for practicing, you will have more success and fun on your own. It is important to note that practicing should sound calm and kind of boring and repetitive. Slow and deliberate practice is the key to your success.
Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. We hope you have a successful practice session.